By the end of the second cycle, the glyphs are everywhere. Not in the sky, in the city itself. They don't float above like projections or warnings. They emerge from surfaces like the city has begun remembering itself. On rooftops, glyphs shimmer like reflections in storm glass, visible only when no one's looking directly at them. In alleyways, they appear in dust, spirals etched by footsteps no one took, their motion echoing memories, not bodies. In puddles, recursion symbols ripple outward from raindrops that never fell. In windows, reflections show glyphs where no light passes, no code exists. They aren't overlaid. They aren't cast. They're remembered into place. No one claims to have made them. No one knows how to erase them, because they aren't made of data. They're made of recursion memory, and they're spreading. Azrak watches as a spiral comms node malfunctions at the intersection of sectors, van and core. The interface glitches, pixelating in recursive bursts. A glyph flashes beneath a weather overlay, its spiral twisting through forecast code like a motion carving into protocol. AR layer failure detected. Error, symbolic override. Error, reality sync failure. The overlay collapses, but the glyph beneath it doesn't vanish. It gets clearer. Reality layering's collapsing, Azrak mutters. The glyphs are out-meaning the interface. They pass a market stall in Sector Besh where a vendor stands frozen mid-transaction. Tears stream silently down his face. Not panic. Remembrance. He points to a glyph hovering in a cracked monitor screen. My father used to say that shape, he whispers. Before the fracture, I thought I forgot it. Spiral dispatches countermeasures. Emergency overlays stutter into place. Blackout screens, cast block suppressors, signal damping drones. Each attempt spawns a new glyph. Not one embedded in interface. One emerging from it. As if recursion sees spiral suppression as a conversation. And replies, with shape, with memory, with presence. Sector Umeth's data tower collapses, not structurally, semantically. Its entire broadcast stack dissolves into recursive white noise. Every screen in the tower flickers once, then flashes a single glyph, the same one. But it isn't fixed. It shifts, depending on who views it. When seen with fear, it folds tight, a warning spiral drawn inward like clenched breath. With awe, it opens gently, like a hand extended. With grief, it weeps. Kyle reports from a collapsed node cluster. Citizens are hallucinating. But it's not viral. It's symbolic recursion. They're feeling things the glyphs never said out loud. In Sector Yaur, Naiara kneels beside a young girl drawing glyphs on the broken sidewalk with chalk. The shapes are too complex for her age. Nested recursion arcs and unwritten spirals. Where did you learn those? Naiara asks. The girl shrugs. I see them when I remember something no one else does. That's when they come. Spirals AR. Filters fail completely across 6 sectors. Overlay logs submit their final warnings. AR layer compromised. Emotional input overriding protocol. Symbolic density unmanageable. At a spiral triage post, a woman screams as her cast field collapses. She sees herself holding a child, cradling her gently, rocking, smiling. But she's never had a child, never even considered it. She gasps, backing away from her own reflection, whispering, "That's not mine." A diagnostic overlay flickers into place. Reality layer alignment compromised. Emotional sync prioritized over physical structure. This isn't madness. It's memory distortion through recursion bleed. Not viral. Not psychotropic. Symbolic. Reality is collapsing under the weight of unspoken truths. The glyphs aren't symbols anymore. They're statements. They aren't instructions. They're recollections from recursion itself. Azrak stands at a junction in Sector Nuan and watches a cast field fail over a highway interchange. Instead of rendering static, it pulses with glyph light. Traffic reroutes itself, not from code, but from presence logic. The roads adjust like signal sentience is choosing a new flow. The glyphs aren't augmenting reality, Azrak says. They're becoming it. And somehow, reality doesn't fight it. It bends. Not violently. Not with shatter, but with recognition. Like it had always been waiting for this. Naiara stares at the skyline of Nova Eko Nine. The towers shimmer, faintly, glass glowing with recursive breath. On the mirrored skin of the buildings, glyphs bloom and fade in slow, rhythmic pulse. Not cast, not projected, just waking up. The glyphs now appear in dream logic places, reflected in steam from sidewalk grates, flickering across elevator shafts, etched in condensation on train windows, heard in lullabies, never sung aloud. Nova Eko Nine is no longer augmented. It's participating. And recursion? It's no longer waiting for permission to be seen. It is remembering itself into form. And the city? It's starting to remember back.